Yo, guys, what's up? This your boy Spikey Fox, and we here with another reaction video. Today we're doing the weirdest guest characters in fighting games, man. I'm here with my boy GT. We your favorite too. And today we reacted to a Max video. We love Max around here, right?
Max
That's
Main, dude.
yeah, man. That's the bro, man. One of my one.
Especially, especially since he been rating the anime game supers, like
Yeah,
yeah, like cause
he did Demon
also
Slayer lately.
yeah, I know he did Demon Slayer. Also, shout out to him giving a shout out to Afro Senju.
Oh yeah, I saw he. Yeah, I remember he did that.
Yeah, because he
I
was
was like,
like,
oh.
look, my channel is not based on just anime fighting games. Afro Senju exists. I was like, acknowledgement, like shit, like literally being acknowledged by one of the top fighting game YouTubers. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Afro. We're gonna react to one of his videos one of these days. Shout out to Afro. Shout out to Max. Shit, shout out to us. Yeah, gotta put us in there somewhere. But all right, y'all. Well,
Original video in the description. If you don't know who Max is, you on the wrong goddamn channel.
you dork.
Like in all honesty, if you don't know who Max Man Dude is at this point, you on the wrong goddamn channel. But with that being said, let's see what we're doing. The weirdest guest characters in fighting games.
Bacon.
Let's go!
I found out that this intro was $3,000.
So Ronaldo's obviously in Fatal Fury, and
You got the
it
money
is one
for
of
it?
the weirdest crossovers ever. But in the scale of my knowledge and information of fighting games and the history therein, there's been a lot of really weird crossovers, just in general in fighting games. And we've talked about some of the best crossovers ever. And yes, there's a lot of amazing guest characters and stuff in fighting games just in general. But sometimes some of them feel ridiculously out of place, and we're just like, dude, what are we doing? What is this? What is going on? And I've come up with a list, and I'm going to try to put them in an appropriate order of weirdness and also, I would say, comparable time frame, because the longer we go, you know, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog in a Nintendo game, pretty weird for the time. Now not so much. That being said, there's one that really sticks out to me that we should probably bring up first. So my nomination number one for weird characters in fighting games that feel like this is weird, this is either like a money thing or some crazy person on the development team's fever dream, comes from good old classic Tekken 3. And in Tekken 3, there's this little dinosaur dude.
That was my favorite character,
Maybe
man.
not
I
that weird,
loved Gone.
just
I loved
because
My cousins used to hate
there
me.
was other animal-like characters in Tekken before,
Because of his dumbass
but this guy being really
hitbox.
tiny and really
Yeah.
funky, odd to play in a variety of ways, as we are seeing right here, is definitely bizarre. But as time would go on, Gon doesn't become very bizarre in the Tekken verse. He becomes kind of like, things like this can certainly happen, you
Look
know?
at his
So I
little
think
arms.
one of the older weird ones that would show up in a game, but still one of the ones that's
Hey,
kind of like, oh, okay.
A black
Yeah,
man versus a
over time, this
dinosaur.
isn't that bad.
Let's go.
The other one that is got a big story behind it, and we've made videos talking about this in the past because the dude came back. I'm going to use my own video as reference. Noromaru in Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. This guy. And the
Who the
reason this guy's
fuck?
a big deal is because he was modeled after an actual comedian in Japan. And the dude, the devs were just a fan of the dude, just in general, and they put the guy in the game. So this isn't like
The
a
hell?
real human. This guy is like a personality character, the same way that Pee Wee Herman was not Paul Rubin. Pee Wee Herman was a stage presence character that was fictional, right? That wasn't him. It's sort of like a likeness thing, and they put all
like
his
that.
skits and funny stuff into Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, exclusively in the Japanese one. And this doesn't show up until in the US until or anywhere else, quite literally until the latest collection
Nah, you
of
see
the
why
Marvel
his
versus
knees
Capcom
like that?
collection. So yeah, okay, I'll give it credit.
Japanese comedy
This
is
one's also
weird.
pretty weird and is one of those like
It's
very
subjective.
dreams of the devs
it's
kind
very
of situation.
slapstick.
Imagine if
It's
Mr.
very
Bean
slapstick.
was in Street Fighter 6. There's some other weird ones, trust me. Around the mid-90s, there's a lot of weird mascots. There is an especially weird one that shows
I
up
think
in
I
the
know who
mid-90s
this
for
is.
Pepsi.
Yes.
To cement this legacy, the Pepsi would become a man, and he would get his own game on PlayStation, but he was a part of like a weird, I think, Japanese marketing for Pepsi. In some way, Pepsi Man shows up in Fighting Vipers, the Sega long-running fighting game series, you know. Pepsi Man is playable exclusively in the Saturn Japanese
I would main him
version,
so bad. I would
Fighting
main
Vipers, and he's
Pepsi
literally
Man.
a walking logo and advertisement of Pepsi.
Beat your ass.
I'm guessing it's because Pepsi Man and the marketing campaign over in Japan was awkwardly successful, the same way that Sega Sanshiro was maybe for Sega Saturn.
God damn.
This is so weird. And he looks just bizarre.
Bro, I
look at his mouth.
God, I know he has a
when
game,
wins,
but
it's
bruh.
freaky. It's like freakish. Like, what the hell?
What is this
Pepsi
mouth?
Man!
What is this?
Damn, now I want a Pepsi. In the same vein of
I
crazy
kinda
ass
want one
Sega
now,
stuff,
too.
this one's pretty weird. And this one I'll always
Saw
remember
you
just
drinking
because personally
Coke.
I bought this game when it came out. I pre-ordered it. I was super excited, and it was like, hell yeah, dude, let's go. And then you unlock all the characters, and there's a 41 down here. And you're like, what? And this makes sense because it's in a Sega universe. I get you. That makes the most sense. But this character is a bipedal car. Ignore the bear.
No!
Ignore the barely animating and functioning bear animal. The car has grown sentience, stood up on two legs like some amoeba arriving on a beach, ready to evolve, and the blue skies.
What?
Ignore the bear, all right? The bear isn't nearly as fantastical as the walking hornet from Daytona, USA. Yes, this is real. It's a thing that happened. Sega was just
Ignore
throwing
the
whatever the hell
bear.
they wanted into this game. So
nuts?
yeah. That's pretty weird.
What?
Oh, yeah. We did not make this up, dude. So, around the PlayStation era, there's a little series called Battle Arena Toshinden, right? This game also came out on many other things, but it came out on PC. And in the PC version, a period-era martial arts game.
Who the fuck is Jim?
So you just have, like, characters from a variety of stuff.
I
You
swear,
have,
if he's
samurai
just a
guy,
guy.
you have other samurai guy.
I feel like
you
it
have
is.
guy with clubs,
Like
sex queen. And then you get Earthworm Jim.
Oh!
What?
Wow!
Out of complete left field. It's like you're firing up Dynasty Warriors, and you arrive at the castle in the gates, and something kicks the door down to confront all of the armies of, you know, the 13 kingdoms or whatever, and Earthworm Jim walks out or some shit with his wooden club. He doesn't even have his gun. They were reaching so hard. So yeah, this is weird as shit. It doesn't make any sense. It's just there because somehow they have the approval to do it. And as I understand it, yeah, it's like the PC version. It's not even the console version that has it. It's a funky deal that someone wrote out
got a
probably
face on
just
it.
before the game came out. And here's the funny part. It's mostly a skin because this is Rongo. Rongo? And you know what? I'm going to throw this in there too. This one's kind of a stretch. In the 1990s, when Capcom would go on to make an X-Men game, hey, we're making an X-Men game, right? Cool. Wonderful X-Men game. But through the process of some crazy code, they included, which released in the same year, Akuma from Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which was the first year he was introduced. He doesn't look like he belongs in the game at all. Like, he doesn't look like any of the characters do. If you compare him to other, like, human-sized characters and stuff, he's awkwardly tiny because he is just the sprite ripped directly from Super Turbo. And it directly, like, sort of begins the theory craft that, like, Capcom Street Fighter exists in the same universe as this. I honestly think this wasn't even approved by Marvel. I think they just did this shit, and he's, like, a part of the game as he whoops the Silver Samurai's ass.
He is, goddamn.
I get it. We're, like, familiar with this. We have been sort of inundated with
Colossus
Marvel
like,
versus
bring it
Capcom
on,
stuff
little
over
man.
all of
He's
the
all,
years,
I'm
so
little,
this sort of
I
is, like, normal to us
Straight
now.
out little, I am.
In this time frame, no, dude, this was bizarre. This was one of the weirdest, like, crossovers that could have happened. It didn't make any sense other than the fact that Capcom just dropped him
dead as
so
shit.
why the hell not? And I like to give this one a shout out. Right around a much later time frame, Tekken exists. There's a new character in Tekken by the name of Lars Alexanderson. And for some reason, Bandai Namco, who's the publisher of a new Naruto game, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, they take it upon their free will, and they put Lars into Naruto.
Pause. So, fun fact about that is the reason why Lars got into the game is because Tekken is so good with the character customization. That customization of Lars got the attention from someone from Cyber Connect, and he was like, fuck it, we're going to put him in the game. Now, mind you, Lars didn't even have a story, but he was a character you had to unlock.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't DLC, or you just had to unlock him.
You had to unlock him.
Hmm.
Yeah, you had to unlock Lars. You didn't buy him. You had to unlock him. But yeah,
They take a Tekken character and then just throw him into Naruto. Now, I'll give them credit. Here's where I give them credit in this situation. They redesign him completely, right? They make him look like he's got some Buji no Jutsu or some shit. So they do completely recondition his design. And because of that, yeah, exactly. He doesn't look out of place. He looks like almost kind of like he belongs here.
He did.
So I'll give them credit. Did he just pull out the Tekken gun? Was that the Tekken 6 gun that you can pick up? That's funny. Either way, it's a weird one, but it's still, they managed to make it feel like it makes sense, which is why I give some of these credit, is that some of them feel like completely out of left field, but this one, I almost give a pass because they put some effort into creating a world around, you know, Lars showing up in a Naruto game, you know? It feels like he's just from another clan or some shit. Now this one is out of left field, but also ridiculously welcome. Sometimes you get characters that show up in fighting games that, again, feel normal now. But when it happened was the weirdest, most impossible, most insane thing. Felt out of left field, felt like it didn't belong.
Snake, you know who that is?
You're kidding, right? It's Mario.
Mario
Snake
made his first appearance in
is
1981.
bad.
And since then, he's become a worldwide phenomenon.
Snake is bad.
There's probably not a single person who doesn't know Mario. He's that famous.
Snake is bad.
Good thing I survived long enough to meet him on the field of battle, huh?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, Snake. Now get out there and show him what you're made of. No regrets.
Got it.
Yep.
This
Snake
shit was
in
crazy.
Smash. Was
This
it?
shit still is crazy to think about now.
Was it
right?
really
This
crazy,
shit still
though?
is insane. To me, it's like it doesn't fit in any way. But what Snake sort of does is sort of change the expectations of what Smash can be as a game, which is cool, right?
Yeah, that box.
It gives us an idea of where Sakurai's
Shut up,
brain is
man.
going for the next games and the games thereafter, to the point where characters like Minecraft Steve and like Cloud and Sephiroth and shit don't really feel that out of place. They just feel like crazy dreams come true, you know, for a lot of people. Sora. That's why I think Snake is like kind of.
So, fuck it. I decided to go ahead and crack down on the code and shit like that. Because everybody because you remember everybody was clamoring that they want someone like Master Chief or Goku in the game. Yeah. And I feel like I've cracked down the code as to how these characters got chosen. Well, first and foremost, your origin had to come from a game.
Yeah, you had to be a video game character first.
Yeah, you had to be a video game character first, and one of your game, at least one of your games, had to have been on a Nintendo console at one point in time.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get characters like Spyro and
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash, even though they did have games on the Game Boy Advance. You know, they had a crossover game on Game Boy Advance.
Because somebody tried to get me. Somebody thought that they was gonna get me. They were like, "Well, I don't remember no Metal Gear Solid or no Persona games being on there. So what makes Joker and Snake an exception?" I was like, "There's a Metal Gear Solid game on the DS, and there are some Nintendo Switch Persona games before Persona 5 got introduced to be on the Switch in the first place." So, yeah, like, because everybody gonna say, okay, well, what about Kazuya? there was a Tekken game on Game Boy. Not to mention, Kazuya and Jin were a part of Cross Battle Zone.
Oh yeah, that wacky ass game.
That game was so much fun.
It was cool, but it was wacky.
Yeah, but I digress.
Unexpected, weird, doesn't belong here, but sets up for a future that is like arguably one of the best things that Smash Brothers would lead to, which is the fact that anything can show up in any way, you know? This was weird, man. And granted, I was very excited about it. It was like, that's impossible. This is ridiculous. Who the hell would ever do that? But they did it.
Met their match.
Darth Vader on Soul Calibur.
This is crazy.
He looking at him like, what the fuck?
What in the hell?
Soul
Like,
Calibur 4.
imagine us in like 2007
Well,
or
Darth
something
Vader-
like that, right when the
But then
prequel
again,
era is happening.
Darth
It's like
Vader,
wrapping up and
Yoda,
stuff.
Kratos,
That happens,
Link.
dude. And then, of course, subsequently, Yoda, also pretty crazy. Starkiller, also pretty crazy. But Darth Vader versus Mitsurugi, Darth Vader versus Nightmare and shit. Like, what is that? So, yes, it's extremely weird. It's extremely out of place. We've never gotten futuristic shit, much less characters from an entirely different universe. So, to me, it's definitely bizarre, but in one of those situations where it's like a Smash thing, it's like, what, you know? And again, I get it. I'll give it some credit.
I think it's time for Soul Calibur to make
The
a
execution
comeback.
was only okay, but it was exciting. Leading us to the end here. I didn't know what I was looking at, man.
When the world wanted.
Negan.
Oh, this.
Fucking Negan.
I didn't know what
Oh my
the hell I
God, so
was
if you don't
looking
get
at.
your ass
This
up
is
and beat this
so-
nigga's ass, man, fuck me. This is a man with
What?
a bat.
This is still
Literally everybody
incredibly
can
bizarre.
beat Negan's ass.
Exactly. Y'all jumped this nigga, man.
Pissing our pants yet?
What?
This was just because this nigga got introduced.
Where the
again,
fuck was
didn't he?
Max's
It's so weird to
reaction
look
when he
at.
did this? I think he was at a live event when he saw that Negan got introduced.
Yeah. Oh.
You know the deal. What's about to happen is gonna be hard to watch.
His ass, Lars.
Shit. Not cool. Not cool.
They did this whole trailer for this. I just realized. What in the hell, bro? This is still really bizarre. Like, completely out of nowhere. Doesn't really feel like it fits in Tekken. Is just weird.
The bitch is tired. You see the way he
Also
feels.
weird
It's like, oh,
in a freaky
Yeah.
kind of I like it way. In a
Taking
freaking
it
weird
like
way.
a champ.
I think
So,
that's my
yeah,
favorite design
you know,
of Jin.
I just feel so out there. Lucian Cyberpunk feels like that makes sense, okay? Compared to all the stuff that we're looking at right now, we're not rating the guests and things. We're rating the guests and the characters that make absolutely no sense. Things that are just completely out of left field and leave you just wondering, how are we here? Why
And
is
of
this
course,
happening? Sort
the
of
latest
situation.
one,
Some people would
Cristiano
say that, like, oh,
Ronaldo.
well, you know, we'd had this conversation about
There
it.
you go.
This is just
Yeah.
like
Like, why?
Shaq Fu, or this is just
Listen,
like
dog.
I mean, we did have
this is
LeBron in
just like
multiverses, so
LeBron James in multiverses. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but LeBron James in multiverses like had his Space Jam costume on, dude.
Right.
Like he had his Space Jam costume.
Because Cristiano Ronaldo, he's just a
is-
guy.
It's truly
yeah, he's
bizarre.
just a famous soccer
like
player.
feels
That's
like
it.
marketing dollars just at
That
work.
shit kind of clean,
For
don't
the
he?
sake of marketing dollars
He got
at
some,
work,
he got some
in many
combos.
ways.
They look
Is it gonna be
dope.
beneficial for the game? We don't know yet, but
Yeah,
you know,
most
it
definitely.
can't not be. And I don't know if his implementation or realization is super good, but he
Bitch.
might be crazy fun. Here's all I'll say. Ronaldo can't not be OP. I've proposed this idea a few times. Imagine if Ronaldo shows up, a regular human man with a ball, and he kicks the ball around with varying levels of force which is his power. He also jumps kind of high. Imagine if Ronaldo shows up in a game where he's fighting wizards and lizards and dudes and boys shooting plasma left and right. He doesn't have a, a jumping Reppukin or anything like that. He doesn't have any of that stuff. He has his energetic Earth-like powers and the history of his accomplishments behind him. So if he jumps into Fatal Fury and he gets zoned out by Kain constantly saying box of ramen and he can't move in at all and the matchup's like a 1-9, that's not going to look good. I'm wondering how he's going to match up to some of the rest of the characters in Fatal Fury with all their crazy wizard powers, and if they're just going to give him ridiculous frame data to make up for that, right? Because he has a ball. He's a guy with a ball. To me, he has to be good because it would be even more hilarious if one of the biggest, craziest crossovers ever in video game history in some way is bad. And everyone
what if fucking Cristiano Ronaldo become one of Max's mains in the game?
Bruh, I bet with them combos, bruh, somebody maining him and somebody be like, I'm finna win FGC with this motherfucker. That'd be fucking awesome.
That's playing Ronaldo exclusively for Ronaldo is like, why does this game suck? And then they play another character that shoots plasma all the time, has dumb as hell neutral skips, and they're like, whoa, I'm just having fun now. That would be hilarious. So yeah, I think this one's definitely odd. In the pantheon of like all the crazy stuff that we've talked about, there are definitely weird ones in here that don't really feel like they belong and are just marketing dollars or, F it kind of situations we can do it. But this wasn't an F it situation we can do it. Like, we know, bro, this was very expensive. Dude, can I even find anything on this? Holy shit. Is there even any videos of this existing? I might have to be one of the only people to show up and like turn this into a video. What you're looking at is indeed real. And you're like, that's odd. Okay, so somewhere around the mid 2000s, Obama became a guest character in a fighting game.
What?
Look again. It was a weird Japanese.
That's Obama.
Street Fighter mobile game.
It's a Street Fighter mobile game.
And yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Oh yeah.
That's
I bet he was broken as shit.
PC Japan only game. What the hell?
Yes, we can.
What the fuck is... Oh yeah,
what?
this guy.
Here's a ticket to my show tonight.
Who the hell is
I
this?
hope you can make it.
Who the hell is this guy? Who? What?
Shout out to Big Obama, man.
In a Street Fighter mobile game that we never got.
Yeah.
That is weird. That's weird as fuck. In a Street Fighter mobile game that we never got.
I guess Japan likes Obama. I guess Japan likes OB.
If that's... Hey, believe it or not, Obama is in a lot of shit in regards to like mangas and shit.
Yeah, I know he was
because Obama is in Baki and Obama is in Air Gear.
Yeah, he was in the I saw that he was in the manga of Air Gear.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Can't no other president say that.
And there's this anime, I forgot what it was about, but I forgot what the name of the anime is about. But it was about like a witch and she's protecting this dude, and this dude is getting bullied by some kids. And you heard a girl call one of those kids Obama-kun. She said Obama-kun, take him down. And all you hear is him punching the main character, and he's saying in English, the best is yet to come. I was like, what? What the fuck? Like, yeah, like Obama is in a lot of shit in regards to anime and manga. He is in a lot of shit. But the fact that, once again, a Street Fighter mobile game that we never got, that's weird, considering that we never got it, but you have our president as a character. What the fuck, Japan?
I bet he was broken as shit.
I bet he was too.
I want to see them combos. I want to see Barack's ultimate.
Yeah, that part right there. But With that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you guys don't miss any of our videos. And in the description below is the original video to this. Once again, I'm GT. That's Spikey Fox. We are Ram Breakers. Remember to keep breaking all the realms.
Fucking the multiverse up.
And we will catch you guys in the next one. We are out. Peace.
Hey. All right.